So today we have a new story for you, and it's called The Cat, the Dog, Little Red, the Exploding Eggs, the Wolf, and Grandma. It all sounds a bit complicated to me. And it's a book by Diane and Christian Fox. And on the first page, he says, "What's this page for?" It's called the end paper, and it comes at the beginning. And the story says, there was once a sweet little girl who lived with her father and her mother in a pretty little cottage at the edge of the village. She always wore a red cape with a hood, which suited her so well that everyone called her Little Red Riding Hood. What's this? It's a story about a little girl who always wears a red cape with a hood. Cool! I love stories about superheroes. What's her special power? She doesn't have any special powers. It's not that kind of story. So what happens? Well, one morning her mother asked Little Red Riding Hood to take a basket of eggs, butter, cake, and sweets to her grandma. So kindness is her special power. Does she hypnotize bad guys into being nice? And what kind of candy? Look, do you want to hear the story or not? So where was I? Little Red Riding Hood was on her way to Grandma's house when she met a wolf. A wolf? Excellent! They're always the bad guys in stories like this. I bet she zaps them with her kindness ray. Psst. She does not have a kindness ray. She has a basket of eggs, butter, cakes, and sweets. I think he's getting a little annoyed. How does she fight crime then? Does she have a cool kind of flying gadget basket? Are they exploding eggs? There's no kindness ray, no flying basket, and no exploding eggs. She's just a sweet little girl with terrible fashion sense on her way to see her grandmother. There, he's getting annoyed with them. Okay, so let's hear the rest of the story. Well, the wolf asked Little Red Riding Hood where she was going, and she said Grandma's house. So the wolf said goodbye and secretly headed to Grandma's house. Hang on. Why doesn't the wolf man try to eat the hood girl then and there? You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? How should I know why he didn't eat her? I wonder why the wolf prefers old ladies. Anyway, the wolf arrived at Grandma's cottage and saw the old lady lying in bed. She jumped up when she saw the wolf and locked herself in the closet. I think the wolf needs to think bigger if he's going to be a super villain. Maybe he could rob a bank on the way to Grandma's house. Are you listening at all? And it says special powers. No. Super villain. No. Exploding eggs. No. And he says, yeah. Okay, so Grandma leaped out of bed and locked herself in the closet to be safe. Then the wolf put on some of Grandma's clothes and climbed into the bed, waiting for Little Red Riding Hood to arrive. Hang on. So now you're saying he does want to eat her? He's very puzzled. Yes. Anyway, this is my favorite part. She arrived and said, "What big eyes you have, Grandma." And the wolf replied, "All the better to see you." She's not very bright, is she? I mean, if there was a wolf dressed up as my grandma, I might have noticed right away. And Little Red Riding Hood said, "What a big nose you have, Grandma." And the wolf replied, "All the better to smell you with, my dear." Let me see that book. He doesn't believe what he said. And she said, "What big teeth you have, Grandma." "All the better to eat you up." Yikes! And he's running away. And just at the last moment, Little Red Riding Hood's father arrived and chopped off the wolf's head with an axe. Ooh. And they all lived happily ever after. I'm not so sure that the wolf was very happy in the end, since he didn't have the head anymore. So let's see if I have this right. The Red Hood is on her way to help an old lady when she meets the wolf man. He has an evil plan. He likes to dress up in girls' clothes and eat people. He and Red have a big battle, and Red's father puts an end to Wolfie. Well, sort of. It's not a very nice story, is it? Are you absolutely sure this is a children's book? That's it. I'm leaving. Find your own book to read. Just one last little question, or just one last question. What? Is Grandma still in the closet? And that is kind of the end of the story, because there he is, and the guy who was reading the story throws a book and hits him right on the head. Bonk! And he's saying, "Ouch!" And that's the end of the story of the cat, the dog, Little Red, the exploding eggs, the wolf, and Grandma. So, hope you liked the story. Another one coming soon.